This is Ryan Martin, driver of the Fireball Camaro. We're here at the 2018 PRI show. Camaro is a 2010 Camaro SS.
What if everything you thought you knew about Ryan Martin was a lie? For years, the king of Street Outlaws, the master of the Fireball Camaro, dominated no prep kings and turned Oklahoma City into the center of his racing empire. Fans saw a champion, a legend, a man obsessed with speed and perfection. But behind the polished image, behind the spotless shop at BNR Performance, a secret life was waiting to explode. And when authorities opened the door to his trailer, what they uncovered wasn't just shocking, it was terrifying. This discovery didn't just shake the racing world. It destroyed it. It began with a series of anonymous tips, small whispers drifting into law enforcement, each one hinting that the undefeated star of Street Outlaws was living a double life. At first, officers dismissed the reports. Who would dare accuse the reigning king of no prep kings of wrongdoing? Jealous racers? Bitter fans? A competitor looking to knock him off the throne? But as the weeks passed, the tips kept coming. They grew more detailed, more specific, and far too accurate to ignore. The claims suggested that Ryan Martin's massive racing trailer wasn't just transporting the fiery Fireball Camaro. It was moving cargo that had nothing to do with racing. Investigators quietly launched surveillance. They tracked his trailer as it crisscrossed state lines and compared its travel routes to the locations Ryan Martin posted on his social media. What they discovered was alarming. There were days when Ryan claimed to be in one city, yet the trailer was hundreds of miles away, in a location known for its criminal activity. The stops it made were not related to tracks, events, or even racing culture. Something didn't add up. To the outside world, Ryan Martin was a dedicated racer with a passion for speed. But to investigators, the pattern now suggested something far more complex. The trailer became the center of their quiet investigation, and month by month, they built a case they could no longer ignore. When authorities seized the trailer from an overnight lot far from BNR Performance, Ryan Martin met them with confidence. He even opened the door himself, insisting he had nothing to hide. At first glance, the interior looked exactly as fans would expect from one of Street Outlaws' most respected racers. Toolboxes lined the walls, spare parts were neatly arranged, and strapped to the floor sat the legendary Fireball Camaro, clean and immaculate as ever. When they removed the panel, the truth came pouring out. Behind the fake wall lay stacks of money, organized, banded, and neatly arranged from one end of the compartment to the other. As more panels came off, more secrets began to surface. Waterproof cases filled with documents, phones, hard drives, tablets, notebooks filled with coded entries, USB sticks with encrypted files, scales and packaging materials, illegal firearms. The trailer contained four expertly constructed hidden compartments. Each one served a different purpose, one for cash, one for weapons, one for substances, one for digital records. All of them pointed toward a distribution operation stretching across multiple states. And every fingerprint in these compartments traced back to one man, Ryan Martin. The investigators had not come searching for a minor rule breaker or a driver bending the boundaries of competing. They had walked directly into a criminal network, operating behind the mask of the Street Outlaws spotlight. When Ryan realized what officers had uncovered, the confidence drained from him. He paced the length of the trailer, hands shaking, jaw clenched, and before authorities could formally question him, Ryan Martin slipped away to make calls and then vanished. As days passed with no sign of him, fans of Street Outlaws noticed something strange. The Fireball Camaro stopped appearing at events. Ryan stopped filming for the show. Episodes of No Prep Kings aired with no sight of the man who had practically built the franchise's modern success. At first, viewers assumed he was rebuilding his car or taking time off. But as weeks passed, the silence grew too loud to ignore. People around him began disappearing too. A longtime mechanic at BNR Performance suddenly quit. The shop's website removed galleries and testimonials. Crew members erased photos featuring Ryan or the Fireball Camaro. His partner Cherish, who fans knew as Mama Fireball, stopped posting about races entirely. Javier Canals, his trusted crew chief, went silent online. Even his closest friend Michael Bean withdrew from social media. It was as if every connection Ryan Martin had, every person who built his racing legacy, began vanishing into the shadows. Meanwhile, investigators dug deeper. The devices recovered from the trailer painted a chilling picture. Burner phones contained messages coordinating package drops, coded deliveries, and time-sensitive exchanges. Emails described territories, inventories, and logistics that had nothing to do with racing parts. Hidden ledgers showed cash flow, names, dates, and movements across multiple states. It was undeniable. Ryan Martin was involved in a network far more dangerous than anything seen in the legal racing world. And what shocked investigators the most was how organized the operation truly was. Crew members were questioned back to back. Some claimed they knew nothing. Others defended Ryan, insisting he lived for racing. Many said the trailer was always locked, always handled by Ryan alone. This detail only strengthened the case against him. The more authorities learned, the more obvious it became that Ryan had deliberately guarded access, preventing anyone from discovering what he hid behind those custom panels. And then, a breakthrough came from an unexpected source, a man, not a racer, not connected to Street Outlaws, and not part of the BNR performance circle, walked into a police station out of nowhere and confessed to illegal activities. He claimed guilt. He admitted involvement, but he refused to name anyone else. When investigators pressed him, he broke. He revealed the truth. He was the anonymous tipper. He had been feeding authorities information from the very beginning. His guilt had become unbearable, and in trying to save himself, he had unintentionally pulled the veil off Ryan Martin's entire secret world. When the racing community learned of the scandal, the reaction was immediate and explosive. Some racers blasted Ryan publicly, condemning him for disgracing the sport. Others deleted photos with him, distanced their brands, and issued statements about loyalty to honest racing. Bloggers began dissecting his wins, suggesting his success might have been fueled by resources no one else had. Fans who once idolized him now questioned whether they ever truly knew the man behind the wheel. The fall of Ryan Martin had shaken the heart of Street Outlaws, and the community was tearing itself apart, trying to understand how their hero had collapsed so quickly. Federal prosecutors now held a mountain of evidence: money laundering, tax evasion, interstate transportation of illegal substances, firearms violations, and direct involvement in organized crime. Yet despite the overwhelming trail pointing toward Ryan Martin, they didn't rush in for a dramatic takedown. Prosecutors believed he wasn't operating alone. Someone this organized, this calculated, and this protected had to be part of a larger network, one that stretched far beyond the walls of BNR Performance or the racing pits of Street Outlaws. If they moved too early, the rest of the operation would scatter like smoke. So they waited, building pressure from the shadows. Then came the quiet break in the case. Insiders claimed that Ryan was finally taken into custody under the radar. No cameras, no headlines, no spectacle. He was questioned, processed, and then released on strict bail conditions while the investigation expanded. Immediately, his attorneys went to war. They began dissecting every detail of the search, challenging the warrant, attacking the officer's probable cause, and constructing arguments that Ryan Martin had been coerced, trapped, or manipulated into transporting items without his full awareness. Behind closed doors, they explored plea deals, alternative narratives, and strategies to reshape him from criminal mastermind into an unsuspecting victim. Meanwhile, the legal storm surrounding Ryan Martin sent shockwaves through the producers of Street Outlaws. Their biggest star, the face of the franchise, was suddenly radioactive. To protect the network, producers handed over unedited footage featuring Ryan to investigators, distancing themselves from any liability. But they were trapped in a dilemma. They couldn't force Ryan back on camera, and they couldn't explain his vanishing without risking interference in an active federal case. The show had lost its king, and without the Fireball Camaro streaking across their screens, millions of loyal viewers were starting to slip away. Meanwhile, Ryan's family suffered in silence. Cherish was questioned repeatedly. Their son, Dax, faced the weight of his father's disgrace. Friends who once stood proudly beside Ryan Martin now avoided his name entirely. And the once glorious BNR Performance shop, once the pride of Oklahoma City, stood cold and empty. A ghost of the empire it was before the hidden panels were exposed. Through all the chaos, one question refuses to fade. Why did Ryan Martin risk everything? He had fame, success, money, and the respect of an entire racing world. So what drove him into the shadows? Greed, pressure, blackmail, or a double life that started long before Street Outlaws made him a star? Whatever the truth may be, the show will continue. New racers will rise, but his downfall will remain its darkest chapter. If you found this story gripping, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive updates. Thanks for watching.